polo.
I figured out my niche.
Dude, I'm gonna have a little talk about that. Do you want to be in on that talk too, or because we'll get to that?
Everything that we talk about that you don't want to be on,
just tell me.
No problem. We have a corporate career, so we're probably more careful. More careful than you are.
I'll be very careful what I say, but
no, you can swear and
I'm pretty straightforward about my player knows that, so
that's good.
Yeah,
so is he from
stay away from the slurs?
He went to Austin P. I saw
he's
that.
from Marion, Indiana.
Does he live in Kalamazoo? Fucking Hoosier.
Anymore.
Okay,
he lives in he was born in Kalamazoo.
That's what I said.
Then moved to Marion, Indiana.
Okay,
he is a Hoosier.
A lot of connection. I mean, it's 4 years in Kalamazoo at Western. You were Hoosier.
Yeah, and he exactly, and he lives in Sarasota now.
Awesome.
I mean,
well, what we need to do one of these days, if you have a break, it might be tough during the season, but I'm at Ridgemore Country Club over there. You probably don't know.
Oh, nice. Yeah. You know where it is. Actually.
We'll grab us too and you guys. If you can do that, it'd be a fucking blast. And
congratulations, Lance. Marty's known you for 5 minutes. He's already invited you to Ridgemore just as many times as he's invited me.
Well, why am I getting yelled at for being a nice guy? Like, you just can't win in today's world, especially with Schiller.
Brian Lance brings something to the table.
Yeah, he has value. What's that?
I can sneak him into a couple events.
Brian, what is your background?
That's the championship lounge at the Abu Dhabi Golf Club where the European Tour is playing this weekend.
All right, Dally, you ready? Dally's here too.
I don't know.
Yeah, well, Abu Dhabi's the tournament.
I know what it is.
Rory's leading that tournament, if I'm not mistaken, -8.
Crushed it, 64 on day
not
one.
having a good first round. So, all right, Dally, hit the red button.
Other stuff on his mind.
Your favorite amateur hacks are back for another season of the Sneaky Par Show. They're still shitty at golf and clueless in life, but having fun along the way. Over to you guys. 4.
Still sexy, that voice, right?
I feel like her and I would really be good together.
You know, I think if we actually saw her, we'd probably be pretty disappointed. It's usually like the better their voices, the whatever. We won't get into that, but
I wish there was somebody would hire me for my voice.
I'm sure you guys have dated worse.
Oh, Brian.
You know what?
Brian,
hate it when you're telling the truth.
So our guest is listening. He's going to come on here in a little bit, but Brian is the married guy with the kids, and we're the single guy. So,
So believe who you want.
Yeah. So we're here, season 2, I think episode 6 or 5. I can't even keep track anymore. It goes,
second week in a row, you can't keep track.
Yeah, when you're having fun, it's hard to keep track, But we're not going to go through the numbers today. I feel like that stick is getting a little bit old. What I will say is
because it wasn't growing.
No, we did top the 2,000 mark on Instagram followers. So we started at 300 4 or 5 months ago. And now we're over 2,000.
How do we do the applause on the machine?
Dally, hit one of those buttons. Try the orange button.
It's broken.
No, try the orange one. We don't need that. Yeah. That's more bro.
That's fair.
Yeah. You got to hit again.
That's enough.
Thank you for your support.
Thank you, guys. We appreciate you making fun of us. But so we got a lot of positive feedback last week. My godson was on. He's an 11-year-old, and he's getting into golf, and I bought him a set of clubs, and he already lost a 9-iron and almost lost a 7-iron with it, but he's taken over our TikTok because TikTok is a young person's. It seems like a young person's game.
It's not a paid gig. This is a school project,
internship, or what do we call them? We had something
school
different.
project.
Yeah, school project.
I saw it.
Unpaid intern.
Well, and he said he's doing the videos, and he initially told me, he's like, "Hey, can you send me the videos and I'll post them?" I'm like, "Hey, Mace, like, I can post the videos. I need you to come up with the ideas of the content."
We need a content guy.
So, and he's done it, and he's done a phenomenal job at it. And, we get like 2 or 3 new followers a day, and he's just like super excited about it, which is awesome. Great. But then he's like, "Hey, we should do a giveaway." And I don't know if you saw it. We gave away a wedge, Vokey.
It's already costing me money. You're supposed to be making me money, not costing me money.
So we gave away a wedge, and it was actually, we had a ton of people that went into it, and it was great. And the guy wanted a 50-degree wedge, which whatever. I mean,
really?
Yeah.
You want a wedge? You want something?
Listen, I didn't ask questions. We found out that he's a friend of a brother of a friend of ours. But then Mace is like, "Hey, I'm going to do a giveaway," and I'm like, "Sure, no problem." And he's like, "All right." I'm like, "Let's give away some hats or some shirts." He's like, "All right." He's like, "You want to give away like 20, 50, or like 80 hats?" And I'm like, "Whoa." I was like, "One."
One size fits all.
So yeah, he's doing a great job. It's good to see. And I told him to use the hashtag future CEO of Sneaky Par.
You can take over this one day.
Exactly. So we got Brian remote again. Probably smart move for the way Brian's been going. So we appreciate you going. I think we finally, I know we said this for probably the last 17 episodes, but I think we got the audio video figured out.
We think.
Yeah.
We think.
I like this. Well, I keep on telling you I'm going to come into the studio, but you keep inviting guests. I feel like all 2,000 of our followers have been on the Sneaky Par show. By the way.
Well, Brian, we understand that, and that's why we keep bringing guests on.
Take the hint, Shalair.
Those are by request that you don't come in.
Yeah, bro, I got another guest today. Sorry.
They requested that you don't show up.
So Zoom's fine, right? Okay.
Well, they're more interesting than you, bro.
But work on that Abu Dhabi background.
I mean, if we do any episodes the next couple of weeks, I'm off to Zoom in anyway. So
yeah. Hey, listen, we figured out Zoom. We got a good picture on here. The audio is still through our whatever setup we got going here, and it sounds good. And the file's 400 megs versus 4 gigs, so it just makes sense. And we did go to the pro account at Zoom. So Zoom, you're welcome.
We upgraded, boys and girls.
But we're super excited to have Lance here. He's got a hell of a backstory. He's got
for premium Zoom here.
Okay, Brian.
I'm sorry. I can't even mute him.
Yeah, don't you worry. Don't worry about it. So Lance is here. We're going to talk about a lot of shit, a lot of cool stuff, like stuff that we don't even know about. That's going to give us a little inside look to the Corn Ferry Tour and how caddies work as with the professionals, because Lance is one. So it's going to be awesome. I have like 1,000 questions for him, but we'll keep this to a decent
maybe 900,
size.
maybe 900.
Yeah, it might be 900. So, Shalair, anything to add before we cut it and then grab Lance in here to chat it up?
I was digging around a European tour, and I noticed they're over at the Abu Dhabi Golf Club this weekend. Huge purse, $8 million. They do not mess around over there in Abu Dhabi.
That's why the big players are over there.
Oh yeah, all the big guns are out. So it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun to watch.
They also get paid to show up.
Do you know who's leading?
Yeah, Rory's leading. 64 day one.
Nice.
Look at you.
Right before I came on the podcast.
What's the other tournament going on in La Quinta this weekend with all the other half of the tour players?
I only time to follow one tournament.
Well, actually, you know what, Brad? You are on assignment for the European and LPGA over there. So thank you. I wouldn't expect you to know the USA tours.
You can't do everything for us.
Yeah.
There's plenty of people that watch this podcast and know what's going on in the US.
I mean, European tour reporter, CFO, business plan writer. You do it all over there, buddy.
But I was a little excited about the Abu Dhabi Golf Club at first, right? So I go there, I pull up the menu. I mean, I'm like, this place couldn't be any more American, right? You go on Google Photos, it's all like Caucasian Europeans, Caucasian American. You pull up the menu, it's got pizza. I'm like, there's going to be shishito peppers on there. There has to be, right? Like, this is the perfect menu for it. Nothing. No shishito peppers at all. All they really had was Prosecco. You know what I was surprised about? No Mediterranean food at all. No hummus. 4 restaurants there. Can't get hummus there at all. I didn't understand that. But so I can only give the Abu Dhabi Golf Club a virtual shout out for the Prosecco. Like that's it. Really excited. I was really expecting more.
Chi-Town, I want to spend 3 days, full days, and be your shadow for everything you do.
You would kill yourself.
I can't wait for it. I can't wait for Chi-Town's questions for Lance. Like they're not going to be like normal. Like, so tell us a day in the life. It's going to be something.
Yeah, what's your stipend?
Yeah.
So can you get your own from the craft?
He'll be
table?
like, hey man, did you ever cheat and like kick your guy you're caddying for his ball into a better lie? Like, that's what he's going to have. Never
you ever break cameras? You ever do that?
Okay, well we'll cut it there and then we'll bring Lance on because he's way more entertaining than we are. So we'll see you guys in a bit.
Thanks for joining us, Lance.
Thanks for having me.
He's got the Southern accent.
Yeah.
Where are you
Unlike
from,
you,
right?
Brian, with your Detroit accent.
Huh?
I'm kidding.
His is better than mine.
You good, Dally?
I really have a Chicago accent.
It's a little
you got a loud accent.
Like a, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to.
I mean, you're out on the south side, Bryce. So
well, you are a senior executive, so
yeah, he's a VP, Lance. So he's
so
nice.
Hey, so you have to say sir to him.
Sir.
Yeah.
I'm used to that.
He's
like
royal.
when you say go fuck yourself.
He's royalty.
All right, so we're here with Lance. Lance, thanks for joining us, buddy.
Hey,
much
thanks for
appreciated.
having me.
So, Lance, give us a little background on yourself. I mean, I want to tell the people, but I think they want to hear it from you because Danny D and I were super excited to have you on the show. And Brian Chi-Town doesn't know anything. So give him a little background and we'll take it from there and have a good time.
All right. Well, my name is Lance Odom. I live in Elmhurst, Illinois with my wife.
Oh, you're married? Okay, you can get out of here.
Yeah, I'm married.
I'm sure she's nice.
She's great.
You did check that on the box.
Yeah. In that pre-interview form, I didn't see that.
Yeah, who knows? But yeah, she's great. And I grew up in Orlando, Florida. My dad was on the PGA Tour when I was a kid, so we moved from Chattanooga when I was 4. And grew up in Orlando, played baseball, got signed and played for 8 years in the minor leagues.
Awesome.
Then I opened a ticket broker company here in Chicago up at Wrigley Field for sporting events and concerts all over the country. And kind of got tired of that.
And that's where I met Lance.
That's right.
I have a friend that's always got a guy, and then Lance is a guy.
That's right. That's right.
He became my guy.
That's right. That's right. Darren was a great customer. Is. And then I just really had a passion for golf, with being around my dad and, so many ex-pros living in our house, coming in and visiting from Mo Norman, and on down. And
Jesus, I bet you got stories.
Well, I was real little, but I remember him chasing me around.
Time out. Can you tell everybody who Mo Norman is, please?
What's that?
Can you tell everybody
golfer.
who Mo Norman is?
Oh.
He's probably the best ball striker of all time.
And what's his swing?
It's not pretty.
Oh, single plane swing. It's exactly the class that I'm taking right now.
There you go.
Scott Gray's golf, all based off Mo Norman's swing.
Yes.
Brian is he's going for his PGA teaching certificate here.
Dropping knowledge.
If he actually gets his certificate, I will quit.
Yeah, we'll quit. I'll never listen to him again. Okay, I know Lance. He turned down Faraday to come on this. So we appreciate it.
Aaron tonight.
Scheduled it in line.
So Lance reached out to us. Darren knew him, and kind of gave us his backstory. So he's a caddy on the Corn Ferry Tour, which, if you don't know, was the Web.com tour.
That's right.
What was it before then? I think
Nike.
It was the Nike Tour. So
Hogan Tour.
I mean, what do you describe? Do you call it the minor leagues of the PGA? What do you guys say
it's. Right. Under all these guys could play out. They're all that good.
Okay.
And I'd say it's, if you had to say, the AA, because AA is really the best in the minor leagues, not the AAA.
They're on their way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. The AA guys are usually the ones that get called up. AAA is just to keep guys around and fill the stands, whatever. But all these guys are great.
Good, yeah. So tell us who you got the season coming up. Tell us when that starts, how many events you got, who you're actually caddying for, and kind of how you met him, right? It's kind of an interesting story how you got started caddying like not too long ago.
Sure, yeah. Actually, I started caddying 3 years ago, and I had caddied for a couple guys, Jimmy Gunn and Armando Favela. And Eric Barnes was looking for a caddy that week, and I had been, kind of networking. I would go to the events and stand in the parking lot and try to get guys when they'd walk in, like, hey, do you need a guy this week, whatever. And kind of started over.
Like the Happy Gilmore guy with the one shoe.
Oh, just like that.
That's really how it started. Like you're like,
I would do that, and I would fly around, and he had
respect the hustle.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I can't believe I made it. And so he had reached out to another caddy and said, hey, I'm looking for a guy this week. His regular guy was off. I happened to be there. So I took the gig. It was in North Carolina at the BMW. We worked great together. I'd love to be around the guy. He was just a good dude, but he had a full-time guy, and I didn't know anything.
Yeah.
So I left him.
So on that first gig, you didn't know anything, and you got it in. Did you play the keep up and shut up mentality?
No, I talked to him. I don't have that mentality.
That's good for a podcast.
Fair point. Yeah. And so we got along great, and he was awesome, and he's such a good player. So I was amazed by how he played, and I was like, man, I wish I could be on this guy's bag. Well, whatever. We finished 13th. He said, I'm having my guy come back, and I went with another guy the next week.
And this is on the Corn Ferry, or was this like with the Web.com at the time?
It was the Corn Ferry.
Oh, was it? Okay.
God, what was it before this?
Web.
Wasn't it? Web.com.
Wasn't it Hooters once?
Or no. Yeah. No, I don't know what it is. Whatever it was before this name.
Yeah.
I was working for a guy, and Frank Licklider was pulling in the parking lot. And I didn't know it was him. There's this black SUV, and I don't know if any of y'all know any stories about the Blade, but he's got the nickname the Blade for a reason. And he like almost ran me over, and I kind of gave him the bird. I didn't know it was him. And he opened his door and smoke just went everywhere, like out of a movie. I was like, oh God, it's over. I'm done. And I went over and I said, hey, Frank, I'm sorry about that. These guys are giving me a hard time, you know. And he's like, no problem, bro. So like 20 minutes later, I'm on the putting green, and there he is. I mean, he's just dead looking at me.
Oh, no.
And if you know, I mean, you got to look this guy up. I mean, he's very intimidating. And I was like, it's over. I'm done. This guy's going to kill me. And 2 days later, I got a text from him out of nowhere and said, you want to roll with me in Wichita?
No kidding.
And I mean, I met him at 5:45 in the morning on the tee box. Didn't know anything. It's pitch black out, and he says left side of the fairway.
He looks mean.
Yeah,
he doesn't take much bullshit.
He was top 40 in the world at one time. He was a great player. He just, you know,
that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, he taught me a lot.
Your first time,
it was a nationwide tour, by the way.
Nationwide. So when you were like your first caddy experience in the pros, right? Did you like know how to read greens? Did you know like distances, or you just kind of learned as you went?
No, I didn't know anything. I literally just tried to stay out of the guy's way. He was from Scotland, Jimmy Gunn. Okay. And you know, he'll tell you how he feels. He's very upfront, and he's a great player too. And you know, I was a little nervous, but he was cool, and he knew it was the, you know, first week, and you know, and he said I did a good job, and I think we were in like fourth at one point, and we made the cut.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah,
okay.
we made the cut.
So how much of the caddying in your early days was personality? I get along with this guy, we have a good vibe, versus knowledge of the game?
I think you definitely need to know a lot about the game and certain things. Different players like certain things.
Sure.
But getting along with a guy just makes everything click so much better. And especially if you make a mistake and the guy's like, well, here, let's work on that. Or if my number's wrong, or if Eric's number's wrong ever, which is rare. And, you know, we'll just talk it over, instead of I've had other players that would, you know, not as kind.
So are you're more of like a stopgap, like, hey, I think it's this, what do you think, Lance? Or is it you?
No, I never tell them. I mean, it's more or less I'll see, you know, usually when my player will say, hey, I really like the 7, but I'm not sure. Right then, in my mind, being an ex-athlete, for some reason, I say to myself, I need to make him believe that. Yeah. Because if he thinks that usually your gut is your first, the right call. Yeah. And it's like reading a putt. Your first look is usually the right look. And when you start guessing yourself, it's not. So I'll just say, hey, Eric, you know, I love that club, and that's the club, bud. No question, that's the club. And, you know, I'm not going to say what the percentage would be, but there's times when I'm like, man, please get there, you know? And usually he almost drains it. I mean, it's incredible.
Yeah, it sounds like from your talking, like you guys got a great relationship.
Yeah, he's great. I've been blessed to be with Eric, and, you know, everything about him is great. His wife is great. His kids are great. He's just a good all around person.
Keep going. Good sales job.
No, he knows how I feel.
Job security.
No, he knows how I feel, but, you know, he's just, I believe in him so much, and I believe in us as a team. And
awesome. Yeah.
Can't wait for this year.
Wow.
That's fantastic.
So how do you, if you're caddy on a short notice, and you never played this course before, what's the expectation for you? Like yardages, all that kind of stuff, like local rules and all that kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, a lot of these guys, they know all the courses.
Oh, they know already.
They have books from the year before, you know, they'll save them and save all their notes and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, a lot of these courses I don't know, you know, I have to go out there and really, you know, I'll spend 3-4 hours on the course just by myself, just doing numbers and making sure I know how far runouts are, like, you know, on the fairway to how long it would say from here to there if that was a run out. And, you know, just where we want to be on, you know, landing areas on the green opposed to where we don't want to be, where the green rolls off and just.
And, you know, like if he's an aggressive player on a par 5 or where you need to be safely.
He hits it so far. Yeah. I mean, I think at the Houston Open this year, we had the longest drive, 363.
Oh, what kind of clubs?
Mizuno.
Oh, I have a pair of
And he
Mizunos.
uses a Mizuno driver.
Oh, does he?
And he loves it. It's a great club. He loves it.
Well, there's something in common. I use Mizunos too. He probably uses the same irons.
No, you guys
That is
probably,
all you
yeah.
have.
The JP 850s? No.
That is all you have in that is all you have in common.
You guys,
No. We have a lot in common. He was born in Kalamazoo, where I went to college, and Lance lives in Elmhurst, where I grew up as well, and was born.
That's right.
We have lots in common here.
Yes, we do.
I'm sure your baby.
Yeah, I'm
fade
sure,
is
I'm
just
sure your
saying,
handicap will go down because of that. this year.
My wee baby fade, which I hate that term. I think it's the worst term.
I fucking love it.
But so you got the season coming up. You got 24 events.
Yeah, I think it's 23 and 3.
You get some playoffs.
So
So I think you said he finished 53 last year, 50
Something
somewhere in
like
there.
that,
What's the goal this year for you guys?
we want to win off the jump, and we want to be in that top 25 at the end of the year. And if he can stay healthy, and
So what does that look like in terms of cuts made, how does that? You guys
it's
go
all
that
on a
granular?
point system,
Yeah.
and I think we only missed 4 cuts this year, I think is what it was, but and 3 of them were in a row.
Mhm.
I remember that. And but we finished in 11th, so at Orange County National. But I think we just need to finish in the top 10 a few times. We need to win. And I think he's
ready.
right there.
Yeah,
he
that's
looked
awesome.
at me at the Houston Open and said, I belong here. And I said, I've been trying to tell you that. So
Like,
No,
like,
that's
like my
great.
one caddy buddy says, just trust it, man. Just get out there and
just exactly. I just make him believe it.
Yeah.
So since Chi-Town's our CFO, proclaimed CFO, so Lance actually brought us an interesting opportunity to actually sponsor him on the Corn Ferry Tour.
Okay.
So,
Perfect.
Sure,
Hey,
it's
just
like-
FYI, he's got no control of
Yeah,
money.
sure, it's like, how much money is this going to cost me?
Let's just be clear about that.
It's the same tour that's at the Chicago Highlands.
Yes.
Yeah, we talked about
It's at the Glen this year,
Yeah, they're gonna be at the Glen Club
Back
this
at
year.
the Glen.
Ooh.
which is where I started.
Yeah.
What do you? Go ahead with yourself.
No, go ahead.
Victoria
How much
National.
time as a caddy?
That's near my house. I played a couple of times, and my friend I went to high school with is the director of the tournament for Corn Ferry.
Oh, really?
So small world, right? With what
Great
you're doing.
track.
It is hard.
That's the best one we play.
Is it really? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's amazing. She does
we
a great
played it in
job.
the rain this year.
Yeah.
It was like,
I just she's kind of like, for me, like she's kind of like a local celebrity in golf down there because she runs that tournament
yeah.
and all that stuff.
Yeah. I remember seeing her there.
And then we did a charity event that my mom got me in. She was, hey, they're doing this golf thing. Would you do it for school? I'm like, I gotta drive 5 hours. And I text my buddy.
It's really a lot of
He's
fun.
like, we're in. So she was running this small tournament. Then I started doing that. And I go, you all right? She goes, there. This is a piece of cake compared.
Right.
This
Yeah.
is nothing compared to the Corn Ferry.
That's a
but
great tournament.
Yeah.
It really
And
is.
it's
What a
for
great
you-
track.
for you guys. I think it's the last one of the year this year.
It was.
Yeah, I think this one and this one. This
Yeah,
year.
well, yes, it is.
Yeah.
Right. And it would have been with a regular schedule.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's a
And
great
what
track.
a great place to finish it. You have Pumpkin Ridge and then Boise, and then there it's like,
Yeah.
wow.
It is a hard course for me.
Yeah, I remember.
No,
I think
it's
they
a
showed
hard
pictures.
course.
It looks great.
Yeah,
like that
it's
one.
awesome.
You can't. There's not much room for air out
Yeah.
there.
Which
Especially, and it plays long if it's raining.
Yeah,
You
which doesn't play well to my game. I need a little bit of space.
Yeah. I need wide
Just, yeah,
fairways.
just like my body when I'm
Me
going to the
too.
door.
Me too.
What were you saying, Chi-Town?
So Darren, your friend organizes the Corn Ferry Tour. Lance, you caddy on the Corn Ferry Tour. So if we gave a hat to your friend or Lance,
He doesn't. We didn't tell him what. No. We're doing it. So back to my point about a sponsorship opportunity with Lance. We give Lance hats. We give him some cash to wear our hat every tournament with a little logo on
I'm
there.
trying to figure out if Darren's friend can give us more publicity than if I put
Yeah, maybe we'll
She's definitely better looking.
maybe we'll have the
We're taking
media badge.
baby steps here. So actually, Chi-Town, the main sponsor of your guy is, I don't want to say the name on it unless you want me to.
You can.
So Paragon Micro is their main sponsor on the Corn Ferry Tour.
just close a nice little deal with him.
Yeah. So
we know those guys.
So there you go. So Paragon and Reimer's actually going to go down for the first tournament with their guy. And then Lance was like, hey guys, and I'd wear your hat. I'd put a little logo on my collar.
Sure.
And we're just like, hey dude, this sounds fucking great. Can you come on the show and talk about it?
Yeah.
Which is awesome. Now we had this question because we're very novice.
God, could you imagine he's wearing a sneaky bar hat and he throws out a derogatory term?
Well, I was going to have that written in there that I get
he stole
three
it.
chances.
You found that in the bathroom.
We'll make him buy one online and be like, he bought one.
Lance possibly can't say anything worse than you two have already said.
Very fair.
Well, here's the question. So your shirts, you said it was a company Stitch Golf.
Stitch Golf.
And then you're going to have Paragon on your
No, Eric has that on the bag and on his shirt.
How does that? Yeah, we were talking. How does that work? That he doesn't work in the deal with.
For you,
package
Well,
deal.
he
That's
had
like-
this way before I ever got on the bag. Him and Jeff have been.
Well, we
together
can
for
talk. I've known
3
Jeff for
or 4
20 years.
Yeah,
Just-
no, Jeff's awesome. I love Jeff. But they've been together for a long time, and right now with Jeff's business, I have a bunch of his hats.
Yeah.
I just,
Is he like go out and get your own? Is that kind of how it works on the Corn Ferry Tour?
Yeah, does
Yeah,
he
you
have
know.
approval, like last approval on what you wear?
who, Eric?
Yeah, you're the golfer.
No, I'm a private contractor.
Oh, there we are. Now it's like
Yeah.
that makes sense.
No,
Okay,
no,
got
no.
it.
Actually, Eric went and on his own and called his agent and said, I really want this guy to wear, what I'm wearing.
Yeah.
And that's how it all worked out. He did that for me. And on the Corn Ferry Tour, that usually doesn't happen, but it's changing so much out there with the players, the talent.
So what hat is Eric wearing?
Mizuno.
And so you don't. He
I
didn't.
do.
You
I
do.
wear Mizuno, but they're not going to sponsor me in the Corn Ferry Tour.
Oh, they don't. Mizuno doesn't. Oh, they're too big.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, were we too big? No, not at all.
No, I think Lance is too big to wear.
Yeah, exactly. Are you sure you want to wear the sneaky bar
maybe
stuff
some like
out
sneaky
there?
bar. Yes, exactly.
We do have good gear. Like this is one of our main hats. The only challenge with this hat, which I love, is when you sweat, it kind of you can see it go up there. Which I assume if you're walking in a hot place. So we
got to know your preference.
Yeah,
we got a
exactly.
great
I
one
like
for
the
you.
camouflage one. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's
I got some to
and
share.
Eric's a big hunter.
All right. So
this guy, yeah.
he wouldn't mind me wearing.
Lance,
camo.
you're selling us
Yeah.
already, buddy.
Yeah.
You're a
If
natural
you can
born
make it-
salesman.
If you can make it in Wisconsin orange.
I mean, if these guys say,
Well, I got to stop there. Gator or Florida Gator.
I mean, if these guys say no, we'll still do it.
We're fine over here. It's well, like I said, he's got no. Brian, what do you got? And I got something.
Schuer's crunching the numbers right
Yeah.
now. It's not gonna work.
Does it include you
That's for the world.
posting stuff on Instagram with the
Sure.
hat?
He said he can get people on the show.
Well, that's the thing. I'll explain to you how it goes. So
Yeah.
basically, every pro-am, everybody always asks Eric, like, oh, who's that on your shirt? Or who's that? And they'll ask each one of us. And, by us explaining it, they get on their phones and they're checking it. And then they're telling their friends. And, I go into all the pro shops. I tell them about it. I'm in that especially for a company like this. I mean,
Yeah.
It's a lot of golf talk,
Mhm.
and guys like us are just same as the guys on the tour,
And I
Everyone's
think,
talking the same
and
thing.
the reason, like Paragon Micro, right?
Yeah.
They sell my stuff, they sell Brian's stuff, they sell
Yeah.
Darren because we're the same company. So, like, that was the whole idea behind Sneaky Par was we're sales guys in tech that love golf, and they're kind of
And we're not good.
Sure.
at either.
And Jeff has a membership at Kemper.
Oh, so
Oh,
that-
does he?
Yeah.
That
Okay,
helps.
well,
Yeah, that
yeah,
helps.
let me make a note of that. Hey, Jeff, had your buddy on.
Yeah.
But no, keep going with the whole like kind of how it works. That's
So,
awesome.
and just once fans get back out, they all are Googling what you're wearing. And
Yeah.
everything. I have people, I'm every time I go out back home, they want to ask me what I'm wearing. Why do I wear that? They've seen pictures, what company that's, because Stitch is, just kind of starting out opposed to like King or something, or
Yeah.
Polo, So
Well, that makes sense because like you watch PJ, like, yeah, we know Nike, we know Monster Energy, like they know all the
Sure.
names. They're like Sneaky Par, Paragon, like they're probably
Yeah.
like, what are these? And
They
they like look
Google.
them, yeah.
and then
that's a good
boom,
point.
you get the hits, and then
Yeah.
that's how it starts. As you know.
We need to give Lance an elevator pitch. So people ask what Sneaky Par is, so you can kind of rattle it off.
Have we figured out what the elevator pitch of Sneaky Par is?
That's what I'm getting at here.
I mean, no, Lance doesn't need a pitch. I mean, his
Yeah.
pitch is like, hey man, there's just
Bunch of
regular
losers
dudes
just-
that
Turn it
are-
on.
yeah, they're just a couple of what's our tagline? Like a couple of amateur shitty golfers that balance work life dating
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
like I mean that's our elevator pitch, Bri.
And don't forget to end it
I
with
feel like we,
yeah. What was that, Shai-Dem?
I feel like we do take a little bit more of a caddy approach to the Sneaky Par, right? Like when we go on golf trips, like we're usually buddying up to the caddies, like where do we go? Restaurants,
Sure.
hang out, stuff like that. Like
Oh yeah, yeah.
I still text my caddy from Band.
Yeah, I worked at Shoal Creek during the off season now in Birmingham.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You should go there.
Okay.
That place is unbelievable.
Sheila, make note of that. Shoal Creek, as I say.
Shoal Creek.
is that a Trent Jones Jr. place?
No. Who is that designer on that one? I don't know. You'll have to Google that one.
So you're an independent contractor. So you and Eric talk, I'm assuming almost every day, or you gotta just like, hey man, I'll see you in Florida. Let's do
No,
this?
we'll text and stuff, just BS a lot, or I'll ask him, hey, are we going on the West Coast to, do any Monday qualifiers? And, he had just gotten over being sick.
Mhm.
So he actually won a West Florida tournament yesterday. It's like a bunch of pros that play down there and
Oh, nice.
tournaments and stuff. And
A lot of cash games down there, or is it actually?
Yeah, I think he plays in a lot of those.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
What's the percentage of pros in the PGA that have gotten their caddies, brought them up with them from Corn Ferry or the minor leagues and stuff like that?
Not a lot, I don't think. What happens from what I've heard, I've never experienced this yet, and hopefully I don't, but sometimes the agents get involved.
Oh yeah.
And they
kind of like with Fluff. They wanted somebody good for Tiger, and they're like, hey, this is Fluff.
They'll take a guy that knows the courses. And a lot of times that doesn't work, and sometimes it does.
Can you get some sort of like an agreement that, hey, if I'm there with you and you get your PGA Tour card, like at least give me like 1 year, or is that something you just don't bring up in years?
No, we don't have an agreement like that. We've definitely have talked.
Yeah.
It's more of a verbal community,
Yeah, I mean, that's like,
if it happens, it happens.
I know, would be awesome. Like if you how long you been with Eric now?
Since the COVID started, so
about a year.
March.
And you've been grinding with them and obviously doing all this.
We jumped 100 spots. I feel like we're a great team, and
I mean, just like marriage, when there's a contract, it ruins things. So just don't do it.
No contract.
Well, and
I like the handshake,
that's why I asked the question of how much is it like camaraderie and getting along versus how much course knowledge.
I just don't think he's the type of guy that would do that, and no one's going to tell Eric like. His agent's not gonna say, "Hey, man, you got to get rid of Lance after y'all just got to the tour after you've been out there 6.5 years, and now you're just getting there." I mean, who would do that? And he's not that kind of guy. And I mean, hey, maybe it doesn't work out. I sure hope it does. I love working for him. And
we hope that. What happens to Sneaky Par when we sponsor you, and then he makes it there, and you go there? Are we like out?
No, I'll get another job. There's no question about it. I proved myself.
There's no agreement with us either.
Exactly.
I don't know if you've seen the contract I wrote up.
We're like waiting for that time you make it on the tour, and you're like, "Hey guys, I can't wear." Like, fuck.
Yeah. And we go to the tournament like traitor. We just start giving shit.
Exactly.
You could be like the boxers that remember when he said tattoo on their backs at goldenpalace.com.
Exactly.
And there's some good stories between caddies and player relationships over there. They had stuff on ESPN or Golf Channel about these stories about these, and they're always good, right? And then just like anything, I mean, I hate to say it, but sometimes those come to an end.
Sure.
And then sometimes they're like bad. You always hear stories. Sometimes they're bad, and sometimes they're like, "Hey man, it was just time." And then the caddy's kind of cool.
Need a change.
Yeah,
that's
just like everything.
It's nothing personal.
It's the same thing with marriage. Sometimes we just got to have something different. I know.
When I first
is that how marriage works? I'm sorry. Is that how marriage works?
And I'm totally kidding. I'll tell you soon. But when I first got out there, I would see like other guys that had worked for guys, and they're like saying hi to each other. I'm like, man, how could that happen? Now I get it 100%. Would I be hurt if Eric were to say, "Hey, dude, beat it"? I'd be like, God, man, really?
Yeah.
But I know I'd worked hard and proved myself that I would get another job, and I'd make them better.
Yeah.
And
it's like it's just an easy thing now for adults. Like, hey man, I had a blast. I got to do something different. No hard feelings. Love you to death. Want you to be involved in my family.
That's kind of what happened with Licklider. I did it at the players this year, the senior players at Firestone.
Yeah.
I'd been working with Eric because the players weren't playing.
Yeah.
And Frank had probably got me to the point to where I was ready to move on. So, and he knew that he wasn't getting a lot of starts. So, I just told him afterwards.
What do you mean starts? Like, is that making cuts?
Well, on the senior tour, it goes on. They have all these different categories on who gets to play when and whatnot. Frank won twice on the PGA Tour, made $12 million. Back then, that was a lot.
Oh yeah, sure.
And
a little less than Sneaky Par, but
just a tad.
I mean, we took
especially
a lot
after tonight.
Tonight, I don't even want to. We're going to be at like 4,000 after tonight.
Yeah, players gonna call me later. You're a dead man.
We're tagging Corn Fair. We're tagging Eric. We're tagging this Licklider guy. We're tagging a lot of people.
But so I just told him. I just said, "Hey Frank, I got to make a move.
Yep.
And I'm gonna go get Eric to the PGA Tour." And he said, "Bro, I get it. He understood."
That's good. Yeah.
And we still talk.
That's good.
Yeah. He just called me about my dad the other day. And
nice.
We talked, and it's always good to hear from him.
Do you make? Oh, go ahead, bro. Sorry.
I want to watch Eric golf. What TV channel do I go to?
Golf Channel.
Golf Channel. So Golf Channel plays the Corn Ferry Tour and all the tournaments.
Oh yeah. Actually, we'll probably have a lot more this year. We were on there. I think we're in the final group 4 times last year.
Oh, awesome.
And we were on there a bunch of times.
I watched a lot of the Corn Ferry on there.
Yeah, they were even saying.
Well, I'm gonna watch a shitload now.
I mean,
So like, Do you get like passes? Like if we sponsor you, do you get like passes where you can come and like watch?
What do you think? How much do you think the sponsorship is?
Yeah, he doesn't know. We didn't tell him. Like, how much do you think this costs for 20-some plus events,
And-
wearing our hat?
And first off, they're not allowing patrons. So,
And
And
we'll,
don't want to go to a tournament, right? I mean,
Oh
no-
yeah,
you
I
can
can
go
get you
Patriot
into the
doesn't-
tournament. No
it's,
problem.
I'm sure, like, we don't even need special. We can just get into the tournaments. There's enough.
Pretty sure
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can see it on someone's
Yeah.
backyard.
We can pay for the VIP parking.
Yeah.
I'll pick you up off the floor.
do they tailgate at the Corn Ferry Tour? Like, could we broadcast live?
I'm pretty sure anything goes.
Yeah.
Brian, did you know Shishito Peppers is at every Corn Ferry tournament?
It's a sponsor of the tour. The Shishito Growers of America sponsor those tours.
Right? So it's not at Corn Ferry doesn't play at the Highlands this year though. Is that
The
right?
Glen.
The Glen Club in Glenview.
We're back to the Glen.
You've been there a bunch of times, Brian.
Just double checking because Highlands checks all the boxes for Chi-Town approval. That's all I'm getting at. But I haven't been to Glen Club in a long time. So looking forward to seeing if they have Shishito Peppers, Prosecco, cigar.
You'll still be quarantining.
Yeah.
at home.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
When's the tournament? I should have the vaccine by then.
It's at the end of May, actually.
Yeah, you'll
Yeah,
be,
go look up the Corn Ferry
You'll be
Tour.
good.
There's some cool places.
Yeah, we were looking them up yesterday. There are some good. You got some good locations going. on.
Yeah. We start out in Sarasota, and then the bummer is we have like a month off after that again. It's
Yeah.
like, but then we go to Vegas and Destin and Alabama.
Destin.
We're in Vegas.
Yeah, we're in
Vegas.
Destin because we were in Destin last year.
Sandestin.
I forget
Pull that
what.
up. I don't even know what the course is called. It's a new
When
one.
do you go to Destin?
Because we all went, me, Darren, and Chi-Town.
And we're supposed to go again.
Just pull up the Corn Ferry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We're in Vegas. What tournament is on? The Summerlin?
But we're gonna look right now.
Right there. Let's see here.
All right.
Let's see here. Xfinity.
You golf in Dubai.
I got all these.
I think it's the Emerald Coast Classic.
The Emerald Coast Classic. Interesting. Yeah, a lot of cool places though. So I've donated to the Evans Scholars.
Nice. That's this one.
It makes you do it. So that's actually a pretty cool one. I know
It
a
is.
couple of caddies from our club got the Evans Scholars in Notre Dame and
Oh,
a couple
did
other
they?
places. Yeah, which is super cool. But yeah, Brad, you should go look at. Here's what you need to do: go to the 2021 schedule Corn Ferry, do some research on the clubs they're playing at, and go find out which ones are Chi-Town approved, so we can put it out there.
And
So people will actually come and they will actually go and watch it.
find out which one Southwest flies to. So
Yeah, direct. We don't make stops, and neither does Lance.
That's
So
right.
do you mind if we
Later.
talk a little bit about pay? Like in terms of like how you get paid, or like is there a percentage, or like I'm
Yeah,
just
that's fine.
yeah, don't give us
You don't-
numbers.
you don't
Just
have
yeah,
to
don't
do
give us
numbers,
not
yeah.
even numbers like so the Schiller, you don't probably know this, but the guy that he caddied for last year won the Jamaican Open.
That's the guy I caddy for now. Barnes.
Yeah, Ed Barnes there. Yeah, he won the
Yep.
Jamaican Open on the Corn Ferry Tour, which is huge. I mean, that's fucking
Yeah,
amazing.
I didn't even know about it, and I'm his caddy.
Wait, you weren't caddying for him when he
No,
won that? Oh, I
actually-
thought you were. My bad.
No. It was
Okay.
a thing where
Thanks,
the entry
Marty.
fee
Oh, sorry, Lance.
got him a caddy. Yeah, I know. I texted him.
no
I was
wonder,
like,
So
no wonder he won.
Yeah, so
Lance, who caddied for him at the
yeah, so local Jamaican guy did.
yeah, well, that's what happened. I'm like, am I rent? He's like, no, dude. He's like,
And then did he pull a Kutcher and be like, "Ooh, I'm not gonna pay you"?
yeah, I was waiting for the check. It never came. It's okay. But yeah, he did. He went down there and won that. And he beat David Moreland coming down the stretch, who played on the PGA Tour for a long time. He was on the Champions Tour.
Awesome,
And
yeah.
it's just a great way. The guy's just a winner. And
Yeah.
we just got to get
So
him.
is he, I don't want to say like, since there's no contract, but like, is he like, hey man, like we're going to kick this off, go, balls to the wall. And I want you with me for every event on this season.
Mhm.
That's awesome.
Absolutely.
that's fucking
Yeah,
great.
we've talked like that.
Yeah.
And I'm not worried about
Yeah,
that. I'm
that's
just
awesome.
worried about winning. That's it.
Yeah.
There's-
Wait, do you have to qualify for the Corn Ferry Tour?
no, he's
you-
exempt for the rest of the year. We played good enough, so he doesn't.
But if you're just a college kid, you're good in college, and how do you get on the tour? I guess is the question.
You'd have to go to like a Monday qualifier.
Oh, Monday qualifiers. Okay,
Start
yep,
that
yep.
route.
Okay.
And
And then earn enough
there's
points to
so
be
many.
like,
They change
yeah.
it every year.
Oh, okay.
But do you have to go to Q school to go to the Corn Ferry?
Yeah, well, the Q school is kind of like the Corn Ferry Tour now.
Oh,
But
okay.
yeah,
They got rid
you
of
have
it
to go into
yeah.
like the tour overseas. There's a couple they can go to, and if they win that, they get in the Corn Ferry.
Gotcha.
But I mean, everybody out there on that tour can play. I mean,
Yeah.
they're so good, And It's tough every week.
Yeah, I remember the Q school. I think they got rid of it, or they changed it to the Corn Ferry Tour because people can come and have a great weekend and get lucky versus actually proving themselves over time.
Got you to the PGA Tour, not the Corn Ferry Tour. It got you on the big
I know, but what I'm saying is they could have a great weekend, just shoot lights out and get hot, and then all of a sudden it's not. So I kind of get, but that's so there's top 25 make the PGA, get their tour cards next year. How many people are on the Corn Ferry, like in the tournament? Like, how does that break down?
I know, I just got an email the other day. There's 144.
That's what it said, about 140 people. Yeah.
Oh, is that right? Yeah. 144, right? And so it's usually like 150 in there.
Oh, geez. Okay.
Yeah. So
the weekend cuts are like 65, 60.
Yeah, it just depends who's all at what number and everything.
So what are the purses?
But it's usually like at least 4.
Yeah. What are the purposes like? First place gets you what, like 50 grand?
No, 100.
Oh, really? That's pretty good, actually.
Not me.
I know. Yeah, no. But I mean, like, I thought maybe first place got you like maybe 45,000, 50,000.
No, second place I think is like 60.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Breaks down from there.
Okay.
Yeah, so you basically just got to grind it up for these tournaments, and then hopefully get on the PGA, and then that PGA is because the PGA is a circuit. I forget what they call it, like
circuit.
Yes, so it's all year round for the most part type of thing. Versus Corn Ferry looks like it starts, almost 3 weeks.
Well, we usually start in January. We'd be in the Bahamas right now, but with COVID, they just canceled it.
Damn it! Bahamas versus my basement studio.
No wonder you're here.
Yeah, I'm not a good swimmer anyway. And the last time I was in Bermuda, it wasn't that great. So I'm not too thrilled.
Is your the person you golf for, is he like a Winnebago kind of guy?
He's a Marriott bomb boy kind of guy.
That's my type of guy right there.
There's no staying outside.
No. But he's a hunter though.
Well, I mean, he'll go out there to kill a deer and sit outside,
but bring it back to the Marriott though.
He's getting Netflix and everything at the hotel.
Yeah, but there's a lot of people that do the whole drive with RVs and stuff.
Yeah, it's just not for me. I mean, because I'm not good. If it broke down, I would not have fixed it. So I'm just like, I'll just stay at the hotel.
Is he the Boo Weekly of the Corn Ferry Tour?
Lord, no. Boo's great though, but no. Actually, I was supposed to go fishing with Boo that day in Bermuda when I had the heart attack.
Oh my gosh, really?
And
so Lance had a heart attack, and hopefully these lights.
When would they trigger him?
Well, it gets a little hot down here in the studio. Lance is wearing like a long sleeve shirt. I'm sweating a little bit over here too. But yeah, we're happy you're okay from that.
I'm good.
That's awesome. Now, when you're walking the course, you're doing. I assume Corn Ferry still 4 rounds. How are you feeling after that 4th round? I mean, is it because I've walked. What do we do? I've walked maybe 3 rounds.
I'm tired now.
I've never done. I've never walked 4 rounds with I've actually never carried a bag in my life.
Well, I actually do it for 7 days in a row usually.
Practice rounds.
And now he's in every pro-am. So then I got to do that, which is the worst because those are like 7 hours. But we did have a great pro-am this year at Victoria Hills. His buddies came, and Wichita was great this year too, the guys out there. And we had a blast. And it's fun when it's like that, but then when you get a couple,
sometimes it's not.
The wives and they want to hit 7 in a row.
Everybody's just having fun. They're like, hey,
where do I hit this?
And you can't even get plastered either, though. So
no, they can get plastered.
They can, not you though.
They do their thing.
That's awesome. Like, go ahead, Bri.
Lance, do you golf?
I do. Not very good right now, but when I get the chance, I definitely go.
Yeah, 7 days a week. It's tough to find.
That's right.
I mean, I think on his days off, he doesn't want to be on the course.
Well, yeah, that too.
Do you know of any caddies that have never golfed before?
I've had,
Sure. Wow, that's
and especially they burn themselves out.
Yeah.
The game changes in their mind.
Yeah, a lot of the caddies are old school too.
Yeah.
Lance, you're big into baseball, play minor leagues. Right? I'm a huge baseball guy myself.
Okay.
I always struggle with the baseball swing interfering with the golf swing, right? So I never started golf until I was like, I don't know, 25.
42.
And I attempted to golf, but still don't know how to golf. But always coming over the top, which is why kind of now I went to the single plane swing because I can kind of start.
Here we go. Technical.
Is that it? The background?
Yeah. Look at him.
So like,
what was his name again?
Mo Norman.
So Lance, like, how did you do it? How did you able to like separate the golf swing from the baseball swing?
Well, I'll be honest with you. I wasn't ever a hitter really, except for like Little League. I was always a pitcher. Even in high school, I just started as a pitcher, and I never had to hit, thankfully. I mean, I didn't even want to. I just wanted to pitch. That was it. But I see a lot of guys that are they're just athletes. I don't know how else to say it. They're just athletes.
Yeah, they can pick up a hockey stick and get out
Sure.
there.
Yeah. I mean, they just
Right. Hockey's easy, Marty.
Hockey's a very similar swing to the golf swing. You know, Brian was a stud men's league, beer league, 12-inch softball third baseman.
Oh man, I miss those days.
Those were the days.
Did you have a massive curveball?
Slider
Was your pitch, huh?
change up.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. So no,
That's awesome.
curveball.
Pitchers and field goal kickers, they have all this extra time, so they get to go on.
Do you think being in the minors for 8 years and the grind that you put in helps you kind of have the mentality of what these guys are going through, putting in the grind?
Oh,
as well?
absolutely. I mean, that and having a good support system at home is just so key, because you see guys that are fighting with their girlfriends and, you know, drinking, walk around the hotels at 2 a.m. when you got to be up at 5. I'm like,
Sounds awesome. Who are these guys?
yeah, you know,
Yeah.
like how we used to do it. So,
Used to.
but
Yeah.
If I was at Marty's
last
back-
night.
yeah. So, you know, it did definitely help, and it helped growing up around all those guys being at my house, Mac O'Grady and Mo Norman, and, you know, tour players just in and out all the time. I kind of got to see how it was and traveling with my dad.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole concept seems cool. Traveling,
Yeah.
different courses. I mean, in my mind, I'm like different courses, playing, traveling.
It's a lot of fun.
You got your favorite restaurants you go to. You meet people
Wendy's.
everywhere.
Wendy's is delicious.
Well,
Well,
taco salad.
Sneaky Part might buy you a steak. every once in a while.
Yeah.
You know what? Let us know when you go to Wendy's. We'll call that
Yeah,
Wendy's
we'll
up. We got you.
Spicy chicken
Got you.
sandwich.
Spicy chicken, some spicy nuggets, and a Diet Coke, and one of those.
You want a frosty?
What's
Look at
that kitty frosty
They
that's
usually
free?
give me those for free. man, I know,
The problem is he's going to be wearing a Wendy's hat now.
Yeah, right.
just when I pull through
Yeah.
there, though.
So your wife's pregnant, which
She
you told
is.
us. Which
Congrats.
Thank you.
Where is that supposed to be born in this
Oh,
little
yeah.
schedule we're looking
Man,
at
I'll
here?
tell you what, it is so unbelievable. God is good. It's the week we're here.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's
kidding.
the-
May 28th.
Oh, it's
No.
the it's a Glencoe
The Evan
Glencoe.
Scholarship
What's it
Invitational.
called? What is it? The Evan Scholars
Yeah.
Invitational?
Yeah,
Is that what
Evan
it's- okay.
Scholars. I think that's
Okay.
How in the world did
Did
that
you-
happen?
It'll be my luck. It'll be the farthest one after that or
Yeah.
before.
It'll be the BMW Pro.
Yeah.
What's going to happen is Eric's going to be in first place. He's going to be crushing it. You're going to be in his bag. You're going to be rolling up to that first tee. And you're going to get the text.
She's going to have to hold on.
You're gonna be
She's
like,
going to have to hold on.
Lance, you know,
No.
like nowadays, you can do that pregnancy from Zoom.
Yeah. That's cool. I found out.
Hey, tell him you're scared of COVID. You want to stay out of that.
I mean, yeah.
He
that-
might not let him in.
Yeah, that's true.
well,
That's true.
Yeah.
I didn't even thought of that.
A lot can happen.
I mean, it's the hospital Elmhurst Memorial. Where you're gonna?
No,
Okay.
she's getting it over at a hospital near West Chicago, not in West Chicago, but near there, because
Oh,
her
there.
parents
Oh, okay,
live
okay.
over there. So, and I'm going to be on the road. But however, my mom now, since everything's changed, will probably be up here. So maybe
Oh, cool.
Elmhurst.
No, that's awesome. Well, congrats, man. That's,
Thanks, man.
That's
I'm
big.
really looking
That's
forward to it.
exciting.
Sounds like a great opportunity to market the Sneaky Par baby.
oh, yeah. We have some onesies on.
100%.
You might be the first one.
That'd be awesome.
They're on the website. They haven't been made yet. But no, I mean, our gear's good. I think
Camouflage hat.
it's supposed to be here tomorrow, is what I was told. And listen, the anticipation for this hat. So my best friend's dad does all our specialty advertising stuff, and you know, he sent us a hat. He did a hat, and he sent us a sample first. Thank God. And I'm like, I gave it the sample to him. I'm like, I don't like this. So we got another one. Then they had us send a sample. Then we had to approve it, and it takes 5 weeks. So it's just, you know, over the holidays, a lot of stuff was going on. So we have a connection, which is good. But what's nice is what I did is this patch. I go, give me 20 of just the patches.
Oh,
So
Put
you know,
it on something like
put it
that.
on this, put it on the vest, like just because, like, you know, we'd love to like give you like a whole bunch of cool shit that nobody has.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then because we don't want like the minimum, and he does big stuff. Like he's helped me out because I've known him for like 43 years. But you know, we want to be like, hey, you want this patch on a Patagonia vest, or you want to put it on the stitched one, or you want to put wherever you want. You don't even have to, whatever it is. Like it's just easier for us to do like a one-off like this for just that type of stuff rather than you got to order 50 hats.
No, you don't need to order.
Yeah, but no, I think it's great, man. I think what you're doing is awesome. I think, you know, grinding out on this tour is great, and you know, I hope that it pans out for you, right? Because
I hope it
you
does
know,
too.
it's-
I mean, this year is a big year for us, and
Yeah.
I can't wait.
So he's 33. I saw
Yeah.
him, and I mean, this is more about you than him, obviously.
No,
but
no,
you guys
no.
are a team.
Mhm.
What? I mean, his mentality is obviously there. He had a good
Oh,
year
yeah,
last year.
solid. Yeah,
What-
he's very.
Can you be on the Corn Ferry for however long, or is it just kind of like, hey, you give it a few years, hopefully get in top 25?
I
Or
don't
how's that
think
work?
Eric would stay out there much longer,
No.
but it just some guys it just clicks later than others.
Yeah.
And he's always been a great player.
Yeah.
I mean, it just clicked a little bit later for him, and I just saw a ton of growth with him this year.
Mm-hmm.
And listen, I'm more of a I just kind of stand. I'm a guide. I tell him what he needs to hear and all that, but he knows how to play.
Yeah.
He got here, and the guys that try to overtalk and all that, they're the ones that don't last.
You say he's a good ball striker, right?
Phenomenal.
Does he work a lot more in a short game?
No. I mean, man, he's usually
doing it all.
Yeah, I wish he would, because they're always like 50 yards out.
Yeah.
So he hits it just so far, and when you guys come see him play, he hits a big draw, and he can control it, and that's the whole key out there is to get the ball close to the hole, and he's pretty good at that.
That's awesome.
What kind of putters are
I've been
you?
to a golf tournament in a long time. Can you bring like signs and hold them up?
I think you can bring blowhorn
Nowadays, right?
Yeah, they have
Some
drones
excitement out there.
everywhere.
Well, this is Augusta. There's probably not too many rules.
Yeah, that might be a little scary.
So Lance, to me, this analytical approach that golf and Bryce and all these people are taking, stuff like that. Does Eric get into analytics? Do you get help Eric get into analytics? Are you like carrying around the little book on every single hole, like when you play the course over and over again, like you landed here, slope in here, like are you?
Yeah.
You guys into that stuff at all?
Yeah, we do like I said, I'll have all my yardages for him and elevations on the green and whatnot, blah, 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 before he gets there for the most part. But he knows these courses, he's been playing there for 6 years at all these places. But we use a system called Decade Golf, and it's really helped us out a lot. It's helped me out a lot to be a better caddy. It's you kind of, the short part of it is, you put numbers around a green, and 1, 2, 3, and 3 would be you don't want to land it near there. 1 you would want to land it opposed to 3. So we need And
Finally, I know what those numbers are.
So
I'm going to shave a couple strokes on my game after.
it's really good. I mean, it could help anybody. It's called Decade Golf.
So it's like we're not where
Can
to
you
hit
help
it. We're
somebody's
not.
golf game if they don't hit the green? They don't land it.
Yeah, exactly. If he does, I'll just be like, hey man, then I told you. So, but no, I mean, we work a lot like that. Like an average conversation would be, he would walk up and I'd say, all right, bud, you got 157 to the front, 171 pin. We need to land this 164, 5 paces to the right. We have 7 behind it. Winds in off the right at 15.
Yeah, you lost me.
Yeah,
But that's
Just
awesome.
like that.
I just go. Well, I just go for
How much
something.
So how do you know the winds at 15?
Well, I'll check it every hour. I'll have what it's supposed to be from the Weather Channel in the morning or some other weather app I'll have.
An idea.
And I'll just kind of watch the trees as through I go. That's how you tell. You just watch the top of the limbs and see what they're doing.
So if you pick up some blades of grass, do you have like a measurement? Like if it moves over a foot, then that's like 10.
Just said he looks at the leaves at the top of the tree.
That's
I
Yeah, he's just saying when you throw grass up.
Got it. My bad.
we just kind of guess,
Educated
and hope
guess.
it's right.
Educated guess.
But usually it's within a couple.
I always love the whole caddy relationship and everything. Like, so it's 144 to the middle. Like, is it 144 or 145? And like, like, does it really matter? I mean, that's hilarious, right?
I don't think there's that many players that are that good to be. I've had a player I caddied for that he would do that.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, dude, like you can't. Like,
Yeah.
No.
And the one thing fascinating, I think JT said it once, or one of the things, like, oh yeah, just hit it a groove down. And I'm like, wait, what? There's like a way to do that.
Go, yep, I like that.
Yeah. Anyway, good call.
Yeah. I think I'll just do a groove up and they'll be good, right?
That's one of those things I was telling you about,
Yeah.
making them believe it. Sure.
Yeah.
That sounds good to me. One group.
Well, that's what I think it was. Whatever, some announcer on NBC or CBS was just like, "Oh, hit that a groove too high." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Because it sounded like I don't know.
I mean, that means you topped it.
Yeah, I'm just like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like we talk on the show. I think the game of golf's in a great place.
I do too.
Man.
I think
they've done a great job with COVID too.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So
I
I mean,
text
we're
everyone.
excited about the Corn Ferry. I think it's great, man. It's great meeting you and talking
Dude,
about this
thanks
shit.
so
Like,
much for having me.
I still have 1,000 questions, but about stuff like I
do this once a week. when I'm on
yeah,
the road.
no,
I
like I love like the
you could
business
dial in,
side of
yeah.
it, like how that works. I love the I mean, the stories that you could probably tell, maybe that's on our paid for channel. We're trying to start a paid for channel.
And OnlyFans?
And OnlyFans. for Sneaky Pie. Yeah.
No, the paid will. We paid them to listen to it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, because I wouldn't have a job.
Oh, yeah. Well, we paid Lance to be here today. Actually, Lance brought us two dozens of golf balls. So thank you, man. It's the first one to bring a gift to the old Sneaky Pie team.
Show airspace. Like, what?
Yeah. So
Wow. Are you losing them to me?
The golf course that you go to, if I gave you, like 10 things to check off, would you be willing to do that to see if it would be Chi-Town approved? Like, could you go to the menu and let me know?
Just say no. Just say no.
I could do it 100%, man. Anything you need, I'll do it.
Is it a golf course?
If you need any tips before you go play them, let me know.
Yeah, definitely
I'll break out some
do
more
not
yard
invite
yard.
Chi-Town to any program that might happen.
Yeah, that's what you should do. Y'all should do the pro.
You don't want him at all.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Have Ryan.
Break 100.
Right, yeah. Is Josh a good golfer? I've actually never.
Yeah.
Is he?
I don't know about Josh, but Jeff is a good golfer.
Oh, sorry, Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff's he's
I might hit him up tomorrow. I haven't talked to him in a long time, but I might hit him. A lot of the old guys that are. He's such a good dude. He's always been an awesome dude.
Lance, before you go, give me a good Mo Norman story.
a good.
Isn't Mo Norman old? Would you even know?
Well, I just remember when we would show up at the range, he would open his Cadillac and he had 1,000 clubs in the back, and he would just take up the shaft, turn it around, and chase me and say, "Who's your buddy? Who's your friend?" And I'd run like hell.
That's a great story.
Yeah.
That's one you will never forget.
Never.
And that's how he invented the single plane.
Yeah. Actually, Lance helped him
Lance
invent
around
the
it.
single plane. All right. Well, I think we got good stuff. Like I said, I mean, Lance hopefully is going to be on more.
Absolutely.
Maybe get him on the road a couple times,
Yeah,
sponsor him, get him some
That would be fun.
latest gear. So if you see Lance possibly wearing our gear, it's what do they call that? Like it's unreleased stuff. you gotta create demand. Prototypes. I mean, we don't want some
stuff
Joe
nobody can
Schmo
get.
wearing this thing
That's
and
right.
out there and things like that.
It's like you got the new Jordans out.
Well,
I mean, watching the PGA Tour or whatever it may be, and like if Tiger or somebody would have some good gear on, right? Like if it's, I want to go buy it right then.
yeah, but
You
Like,
can.
if he's like that's my emotional experience is at the highest, right? So I want to buy it then.
I think we'll put it on the website, the picture, and then we'll say you can
crank out
place.
something awesome, and Lance is going to wear it. Like we should have it available for people to buy immediately.
Well, it's going to be on the website, but then there's going to be a link that says this has to go to Lance for approval.
yeah.
And then you can say that I have to deliver it personally if they're in Chicago.
And
You have to wait
then we'll
till
make them sign a couple
October.
hats as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
So, hey, Brad, the opportunity is endless right here, which I think is great. And I think one of the coolest things that I think about it is, you have tons of connections to PJ. I mean, literally, you sat in the parking lots trying to get gigs and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
grinding.
We've been grinding in sales for 20 plus years, all three of us. So
Yeah.
we get it, man. We get
And
the
I'm
hustle.
tired.
Yeah.
I'm
Me
tired.
too.
Lance, get to the PGA Tour. Just take us
I
with you and
know,
let us know.
yeah.
Like, come on, buddy.
Yeah.
Your back's hurting right now because
Yeah,
Hey,
I'm like,
No pressure, but you're our ticket.
and that's pretty much what I told Eric. So
if you don't make it, we're done. We're done.
Yeah.
Sneaky
I
Park
have
shows.
one more question. So I'm in the market for a new golf bag, right? Because
Right.
mine doesn't have a stand on it, and I kind of also like one. I like to have one that has a stand, but like also like it's light enough for me to carry, right? Like, I mean, what's a good bag to carry around? Like when you get a
One
bag,
holds all your clubs.
I know stay
I'm
away
gonna-
from the
I'm gonna
staff
hate-
bags. But
Dude, my Titleist is super light, and it's
Yeah.
you can get
Titleist are
Brian.
weak.
Callaway actually has one of the lightest bags out there.
Get a Mizuno one.
Or
Yeah,
Mizuno. There you go.
Mizuno. Or Sneaky Par bag, Brian. Maybe we should make one.
Yeah.
There you go.
Like that.
But Brian, he doesn't know they make like carry bags. So at the country club, if
Sure.
they're going to carry, they make a small
Sunday
little.
bag.
Yeah, is that they call it? Okay.
Yeah.
Are you carrying one of those big?
Yeah, I carry a step bag.
Man.
How
It's a
heavy
big
is that?
Mizuno.
Is that
It's
just a
like
piece?
45 pounds.
Jesus.
It depends. If we're in a practice round, he might want to throw a couple
Wait,
extra
well,
wedges in there.
actually, see, this is why. I
How
had
many
so
balls are in that
questions. Yeah, I
bag?
just was going to ask that question. That's why I have.
Eric, we start with 9.
Oh, yeah, you're not going to. Yeah.
Frank was like 50.
You pulled that back quick.
No.
So typically in a round, how many balls will you go through?
Well, with Eric, it's usually just if he bogeys a hole, the ball's gone.
Oh, it's like
Yeah.
that's superstitious type shit.
Does he sign it and throw it to a fan, or
you say it's gone. Yeah, what do you do with it? I'm always looking for
Usually
used
put it
golf.
in my bib and play with it too.
Yeah, smart man. Yeah.
Or I'll give it to a kid, but this year there was just no fans. But usually I'm the guy that I just hand it to every kid I see.
What's the most balls you've seen somebody go through in a round? Like, are we talking under 10 easily, or is we?
Oh, I've seen someone go way over.
Way
10.
over.
Yeah.
Have you seen somebody run out of balls?
Was that someone me?
No, okay.
Yeah.
I always wonder what would happen.
I don't think I would let him run out. I'd have to toss them their caddy one.
You just find one somewhere.
Yeah, something.
Well, did you know that if you're on the green and you mark your ball and you throw it to your caddy and he misses it and it goes in the water, that counts as a
Well, there was a pro that had to go get it.
Oh, did
It was. It wasn't Ian. Who was it?
I don't know who did it, but I know what you're talking about.
You have to finish the hole with the ball you start. Like, somebody told me that at the club. I'm like, that's ridiculous.
Poulter. He threw it
That's
in.
the problem with golf.
There are so many rules.
Right.
I actually got a penalty this year, and it broke my heart.
no.
It was literally worse than getting released 8 times in pro baseball.
Yeah.
And it was devastating. It was at Victoria Hills. It was raining, and he had started off. He birdied the first 5 holes in a row, and we get to that par 3, the one that's over the little water down or uphill. I can't remember what it was, but. And one of the players, and it was pouring, and I had the cover over the bag, and Eric went and hit it good, and the player looked in the bag, which they're allowed to do. And when he did, I went like that with my fingers, like we always do.
What does that mean? What is that?
7 is what.
For the club to hit.
Yeah. So I thought for some reason I had a brain fart. So when Eric came back over and handed me his club, it was a 9, and I didn't want the player behind me to think I just lied to him intentionally. So I said, "Oh, it was a 9." Well, Eric, being honest as he is, he was like, "Dude, I think that's a stroke or a penalty," and I'm like. And it was like I wanted to jump out of my body.
No. Why do you have to show that? For the
because
TV?
I was giving advice to someone else. So right away we go on a rain delay for like an hour, and I mean it is coming down, and we're under this tree. It's like terrible, and I'm like not even saying anything. I'm about to cry. I'm so upset. And I just know it's a penalty. And the guy comes over, and not only is it a penalty, it's a 2-stroke penalty.
Wait, so you went like this to Eric?
No, I went like that to another player.
What club he's hitting?
Yeah, because he just looked in the bag to see, because the distance on Eric's shot was so good. He was like wanting to see, they hit it about the same.
Can you do that though?
Obviously not.
You can't.
He can look in your bag to find out what club?
You can look, but you can't now. I know you can't even give the fingers, and you can't say it verbally. But it was a 2-stroke penalty.
That's
so
kind of a dumb rule.
That's very smart if you think about it.
Yeah, I think it's. I agree with Brian on this one.
You can't ask another player what club they're going to use, but you can look in their bag and see what club's missing, so you can tell.
And even the other players were like, we didn't even hear it. They were trying to, and Eric, I mean,
he was cool with you telling the guy what he hit, though?
No, he wasn't cool with it at all. But he didn't care what I told the guy. He cared that it was a 2-stroke penalty. We just birdied 5 in a row.
Sure.
So what happened in the long?
No, but I think my question is, why did you even want to tell the guy that was playing with him what he hit?
Well, because I mean, he's got to hit the shot still. It doesn't matter. I mean, it was.
Is that kind of the camaraderie that is?
Yeah,
okay, all right.
I didn't know. Tour, I feel like they were just saying, "Yeah, that was a 7."
Okay,
like out loud.
I didn't know if that was. I thought like you could never ask, like, "Hey, what did you hit?"
I figured you wouldn't ever let people know.
Yeah.
Nah. Yeah. I mean, and during practice rounds, I mean, we're talking, "Hey, what'd you hit there?" Every shot. So it was just a brain fart, and it is I mean, it's a stupid rule, but it's a rule.
Yeah.
And we've.
Let's not do that again.
How often do players do that, dude? How often do players go into another player's bag, look to see what club's missing, to find out?
All the time.
No kidding. I had
on
no
the
idea.
tee box.
Yeah.
They don't come over in the fairway.
But can they?
Over there.
If they're fairways?
Yeah, I mean, they could.
I just don't understand why that's even.
They could act like they're walking and looking at a head, and
Yeah, but you'd have to look like. Okay.
Well, they come over, and I mean, it's obvious what they're doing. You just cannot give the fingers or say it verbally. And it was a 2-stroke.
Let me ask you this: so he hits the ball, and it's the wrong club, and he tells the guy like, "Hey, you might want to club up." Is that legal to do?
No, that would be a stroke if you're giving advice verbally.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's why I don't like gambling and golf. Everybody cheats, even at the.
And I'll tell you what, I would, I can't speak for everyone, but not a lot of guys would have turned in, for that. You know what I mean? He did it for the integrity of the game. I got 100%.
Yep.
I thought he was going to fire me. I even said to him after the round, I said, so we
done?
I was like, so you going to fire me? And he's like, no. I mean, he knew it was an honest mistake.
Yeah. That's awesome. Good.
I know a veteran player who did say to him, that aren't you going to fire him? And I mean,
No, that's character.
You found a good one.
I did. Man.
Good for you.
So I did.
So, all right. Well, I think we'll wrap it up there. We got a lot of good stuff. Chi-Town, thanks for joining remote.
Always a pleasure. Thanks for having me,
Appreciate
guys.
it. Dally, thanks for coming. Lance, thank you, buddy.
Thanks,
We
Lance.
appreciate it, man. It was
it was good. Y'all again.
It was great. A lot of insight that we didn't know for sure. Congrats on the kid. Hopefully you'll be here for the Evan Scholar Invitational for the May 24th through the 30th.
Well, hopefully we win the first 3 and we can go back.
Well, hopefully we're
tour.
somewhere in August here, presented by United Leasing and Finance. Never heard of them, but either way.
That's the Boise one.
No fans allowed in the Corn Ferry Tour at all?
No, actually, they're having fans this year. And we started to have fans a little bit last year. In fact, I just went down and caddied for Tommy Two Gloves down in Orlando 2 weeks ago, and they had fans. I mean, some fans. It wasn't a lot,
But
but you could come out.
You're going to see us at the Evan Scholarship Invitation.
We'll be there.
Yeah.
Well, we might be somewhere. We might be there on.
If you're smart, you'll be at the first one. Get out of this weather.
I mean,
exactly.
terrible.
I am the guy that like travels for Sneaky Bar, so
Well,
Well,
and Reimer's going, and
Reimer's
they have
gonna
a
do it.
house, the whole deal.
oh, okay.
and if you guys make it to Waste Management, I'll see you there.
Yeah, that'd be awesome, man.
Will they even let people in the Waste Management?
They are.
Well, we'll
Yeah,
see at the
Close to what they normally do.
No, not even. It's all GA.
I know people.
we'll see at the Ridgemore. We'll see at the Ridgemore Invitational. Me, you, Daddy D, and
I'll see you
Eric,
there either way.
Either way, yeah.
Yeah.
You, it's a good time over there. You'll enjoy yourself there. So, all right. Well, thanks everybody. We appreciate it. Chi-Town. We'll check you later. And Lance, man, like I said, much appreciated.
Thanks, guys.
Thank
I
you.
really
All right,
appreciate
later,
it.
boys.
See ya.
Thank you.
Beat it, microphones.
Oh, that was
Nice,
awesome.
buddy.
No
Yeah.
more, man.
So I'll tell you this, and I say this every time they're tired of hearing this. It's always better when you hear it back.